What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show. We're here to preview and get Week 3 kicked off between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. Get ready to rock and roll for Week 3. And unfortunately, we may not have a great matchup here tonight. It may not be a close game. But if you're a Niners fan, you'll love it. If you're a Giants fan, odds are you probably won't have a great night, especially considering the injuries that the Giants had to go through tonight, losing some of their best players. And it could be a long, rough night for the Giants. So the Niners do have one guy out, but most likely. But yeah, we will go through the injuries, storylines, my final score predictions, and then we will go through the member picks. And we do this every single Thursday night. We do a premiere prior to the Thursday night football game, give my predictions, and really go in depth on the two teams more than I really would on the general predictions videos. So let's get into our first slide. First off, we're going through injuries, and it's lengthy for the Giants. It's not too bad for the Niners, but the one player the Niners do have listed, he will most likely be out. Apologies, you will get to those in a minute. So, Brandon Ayuk is questionable with the shoulder. It's really like a neck thing. I don't expect him to play. It came out earlier today that he is not expected to play. He is most likely out, but it's all right. They have Deebo Samuel, good offensive line, Christian McCaffrey, Kittle. They have a lot of weapons on that offense, and someone else will step up. Then you have cornerback Ambry Thomas. He is questionable with the knee. So cornerback Ambry Thomas, they'll make whoever work, whoever they have work back there. And then the Niners, yeah, or the Giants, it's pretty serious. You are out with some of your best players, honestly. Saquan Barkley is out with the high ankle sprain. Andrew Thomas is out with the hamstring. Azeez Ojulari is out with the hamstring. Ben Bredeson, guard, is out with the concussion. And then on the questionable, you have wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson and linebacker Michael McFadden. That's a lengthy injury list. And all of those players play a significant role in the Giants team. Saquon Barkley, one of the best in the NFL at his position, out. Andrew Thomas, one of the best tackles, out. Azeez Ojulari, very nice. He provides some nice pass rush. He is out. Ben Bredeson, a guard, he is out. Wan'Dale Robinson, big playmaker receiver, he's out. Michael McFadden, linebacker, gets some significant time. So it wasn't looking good with what the Giants had coming into this matchup already. And now with those guys out, short week, it tends to happen. It could be a long night for the Giants. On to storylines. So really all the Niners need to do is pressure Daniel Jones. That defensive line can play the way it has it. The Niners should have no problem winning this one. Offense should be fine, should have no problem. But you need to get pressure on Daniel Jones. If you get pressure on Daniel Jones, these receivers can't get open fast. They struggle to get open. Paris Campbell struggled with drops. Isaiah Hodgins had a little bit better week than he did. He had a better week last week than he did in week 1, as, basically the entire Giants team did. They were still down 21 points, or 21 points to the Cardinals. But if they pressure Daniel Jones, honestly, I see them doing it. You have Andrew Thomas out, Brendan Bredeson. It's not looking good for the Giants. And, the Niners should have absolutely zero issues getting pressure on Daniel Jones. And with Barkley out as well, they could tee off on Daniel Jones more. Matt Breida and, some guys they have to play there aren't horrible. They're not bad backups, and they could get the job done. They're no Saquon Barkley. And don't let Daniel Jones get outside the pocket. It kind of coincides with the pressure Daniel Jones. You want to keep him in the pocket. Daniel Jones is out of the pocket. He could take the game over with his legs. He's a very strong running ability. And if he does that, then, and the Giants get up early, they may have some belief. And, the longer you keep a team in a game that's not supposed to be in the team, supposed to be in the game, the better chance they have of winning because, the confidence increases, they play harder. But Brian Dable-led team, maybe they'll come out and play hard, and maybe they'll really fight hard. But, as much as they fight, I don't think it's going to be enough. Then, for the San Francisco 49ers, the offensive line will need to keep playing the way it has. The offensive line has been playing really well. I will say the right tackle, replacing Mike McGlinchey, has not played very well. He has struggled. But the offensive line needs to keep on playing at a high level against this Giants front. This Giants defense front is very talented. You have Kayvon Thibodeau. You have someone else. I'm just blanking. But they have Kayvon Thibodeau. They have Aziz. They have Dexter Lawrence on the inside and Leonard Williams. They have so much talent on that front. It's just a matter of fact is, can they show up? Can they put their money where their mouth is? Some of these very talented players, and can they do it against a very talented offensive line? If they get pressure on Purdy, maybe they could have a better day, but they call man coverage, and they're going to blitz a lot. Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan are going to eat that alive. Brock Purdy, he's incredible. He's a very good quarterback, and he's just taking it by the reins and is one of the better young quarterbacks in the league right now. Well, if the offensive line can hold up, can play well, they're going to have good communication on the front, especially with Brian Dable likes to give all these crazy looks, these exotic looks, the blitzes, the man coverage. The offensive line can play well because, these receivers will have no problem getting open. Now, Brandon Ayuk not being out can't hurt. They still have McCaffrey. They still have Kittle. They still have Debo. There's no reason why McCaffrey can't, or, this offensive line can't have a good day and this offense can't show up and these receivers can't get open and make big plays. They shouldn't have an issue doing so. Well, the Giants, obviously no Saquon Barkley. That's a big bummer. It's really going to hurt the Giants. If it wasn't bad enough as it was before, it's even worse. No Barkley, no Thomas, no Brent Benison, no Wan'Dale Robinson, no Aziz. It's just the injuries really piled up. And no Barkley really makes a difference because the running game isn't going to be as lethal as it would be with Saquon Barkley, even though you may have a few guys in there that can make a difference and do enough. There's no Saquon Barkley, like I said earlier, and if you can't take any pressure off of Daniel Jones by running the football, the offensive line, as we've seen, has been pretty horrible this year so far. So you're playing one of the more talented fronts. You're playing Javon Hargrave, Nick Bosa. That front is just on a whole nother level, and if you can't run the ball to at least try and take the edge of that, to take the edge off of that defensive line, what makes you think the offensive line is going to be able to pass block more than a second and a half? We saw versus Dallas. Dallas has one of the better fronts, and San Fran has one of the best defense right there with Dallas. So if the Giants don't score a point, I will not be shocked. But I think I have them scoring. No, we'll talk about that in a second when we get to our score prediction. But offensive line cannot show up. Without Barkley, without being able to run the football at the level that Barkley could at running back, it's going to make the day even more difficult on the offensive line because, Matt Breida can threaten you with the speed, but, he's just no Barkley. There's just no other Barkley in this back. Barkley is one of the best running backs in the NFL, as we all know. He just can't stay healthy, and that's, it's showing up once again. But can this offensive line show up versus one of the most talented defenses and defensive fronts in the NFL? We saw how it looked versus the Cowboys. It could be something similar to that. Jones just having no time. The receivers can't get open. It could be a long day for this offensive line. If Daniel Jones can maybe run the ball a little bit, it may help take the edge off a little bit. But still, that defensive line is still so talented. It's just going to be a long day. And then the defense will need to have its best game of 2023. The defense has struggled. They allowed 28 points to the Cardinals. They allowed 40 points to the Cowboys. Defense has just not been impressive at all. The front seven, the defensive line has been underwhelming. I will say Deonte Banks has looked all right. Other than that, someone else in the secondary is going to have to step up. Although I will say, I think it's Jason Bellin. He has gotten himself in a lot of plays, a lot of tackles. I've liked what I've seen from him in terms of, getting a lot of tackles and getting in the game and really trying to make a difference. He's a safety. And if your safety's getting a lot of tackles, sometimes that's not the best thing, because that means, you're, the running backs are getting to the second level. You're allowing a lot of big plays, but, no, it's Jason Pinnock. It might have been him getting, or it's Dane Bellin. It was one of those two guys getting a lot of tackles and making some nice plays. But the defense will have to have its best game. If the defensive line can show up, maybe force a turnover or two and get up early 14, that's your best shot. But this game is going to be decided within the first two drives. Well, really the first drive of each team. If the Giants go 3-and-out, and then the 49ers drive down the field, score a touchdown, that's game. That's game right there. That's game. But we'll see. The defense will need to step up. Defensive line is going to have to come through. The linebackers are going to have to be better. And then outside of Deontay Banks, they're going to have to be better. You're playing one of the best teams in the NFL. And you're beat up. You play like one of the worst in the NFL. You got to come back against the Cardinals. You were down 21. It wasn't an impressive comeback, but you shouldn't have been down to the Cardinals by that much. You shouldn't have struggled that much. It is what it is. But the defense will need to have its best game against, some big-time playmakers. Again, a little bit of a break with Brandon Ayuk, but then you still have Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey. The weapons are nonstop. Elijah Mitchell is even a good running back. If you want to put McCaffrey at receiver more often and have Mitchell run the football, he's a very good runner of the football. It could be a long night. And they have so many weapons. It's just so difficult to get a gauge on all of them, and then especially when this Giants team has been struggling. Maybe Brian Daboll can get this team fired up and get them playing really hard, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. And then off to my final score prediction, I have the San Francisco 49ers beating the New York Giants 34-10. Don't forget the Giants have to come all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast as well, and it's already a short week as it is. It's just not ideal. No. I just don't see the Giants winning this football game. I don't know if they can score more than 10. I don't know if they can score a touchdown. I don't know if they can get down the field once. Odds are they'll be able to get down the field once, maybe score a touchdown. Even in garbage time, maybe they score an extra touchdown, make it 17, or if that touchdown is to get them to 10 in garbage time. I don't know, but it's going to be a long game for the Giants. Like I said, the 49ers are one of the best teams in the NFL. They're already in midseason form. We've seen them have slow starts often, but you have a quarterback that's playing at a very high level. You have a ton of weapons, a very good offensive line, one of the best defenses in the NFL. And the Giants have struggled against, they got absolutely whooped against the Dallas Cowboys at home in prime time. Very embarrassing. Next game, you're down to the Cardinals 21-3, or, even nothing at one point. Maybe it was. I don't remember, but regardless, you should not have been down to Cardinals by 3 possessions. They did come back, but you still have issues. You still have a lot of problems that need to be cleaned up, especially if you're losing to the Cardinals that bad. You do still win it, but it still shows you have a lot of blemishes and you have a lot of things you still need to clean up. Last but not least, here are Remember picks. Marshman is taking the San Francisco 49ers 31-18. I can see 31-18 being very possible. The Niners they light up at some point. They let up, just because it's that bad. They're winning by that much. And then say the Giants score, say it's 10-31. By the time the Niners are, bringing the backups, it's garbage time. Then the Giants go ahead and score a touchdown, go for a 2-pointer, and they get it. That's a very possible. I can really see it. It'd be awesome. It'd be pretty cool to see a score prediction, be exactly right. That's impressive, but yeah, that's really all we got for the preview, the Thursday night preview. The San Francisco 49ers, the New York Giants. I know this one was a little shorter. It's just like we know what we've seen from the Niners. We know what we see. We've known what we have seen from the Giants. It's just these teams are in two completely different places. The 49ers are one of the best teams in the NFL, while the Giants really struggling to find their footing. So I'm taking the New York Giants. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers over the New York Giants tonight on a Thursday night primetime game, ready to kick off Week 3. But we'll see. Maybe the Giants can pull off a miracle. You never know. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday. In this case, I guess you could say any given Thursday night. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. This is the JDW Sports Talk Show. Signing off.